Little about myself. As you can see, I am an Ayurveda wellness counselor. And before, in my previous life, I was a software engineer, worked for few companies, and I'm also a sky meditation instructor. And sleep has been an issue for me forever. And I never thought I can sleep better. And I think most of us can relate to that when we are turning and tossing at night and rest people around us are sleeping very well, sometimes snoring, and that's all the more irritating. But that's how it is, for us who cannot sleep very peacefully at night. And it's not only about, how you feel in the night, it's all related with the way you spend your day. So food and whatever we consume by seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching. And unless and until we have a good daily routine, which is in tune with nature, it's not easy to sleep at night. And most important is the mind care, because mind can be our perfect friend or the worst enemy, the way we choose it. So let me share some tips which I learned by myself and while studying Ayurveda and while teaching and practicing meditation. And sleep can be different for different people, as you can see here. Newborn and babies, they sleep for hours, and because they are growing and they need that many hours, and then it keeps going down. And for young adult, 7 to 9 hours. And then, for adults, and most of us will be in that category, I believe. Again, it's 7 to 9 hours. And as you grow older, it kinds of, it gets low. And the way we are made, it's like Vata, Pitta, Kapha, the air, fire, and earth element, because that's how we are built. So these three can be in different proportion in our body. But for people who have more of air element, sleep is a bigger challenge for them. So just, it's not that, okay, I'm like that, I did something wrong, or, I have this issue. It's not about us. It's the way we are made. So just keep that in mind, and make peace with yourself that that's how I am. So nothing can be done about it. But we can definitely find some ways which help us to get better relaxed and better sleep at night. So the question arises when, and most of us can vouch for that you get up very early, sometimes in the morning, like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So we think that if we sleep late, we can sleep until later in the morning, but that's not true. So the time between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., which is very, very critical for anybody, for everybody. Because that time the body organs, they are detoxing. And that time sleep, maybe you just sleep for 10 to 2, but that is enough for many of us, because we are able to rest, and the transformation, whatever happening in the body in that time, is sufficient for us to go through the day. So 10 to 2 is a must, and especially for people who have difficulty sleeping. So sleep early, even if you're waking in middle of the night, but try to sleep early as much as you can. So by 10, you should be asleep. So, start your night routine and everything early, so that by 10:30, you are asleep. And for people who work in the night, they cannot compensate their night sleep by day sleep. So just keep that in mind. So if you're missing 8 hours of night sleep, sleep like for 4 hours in the morning. That will give you some rest and some energy to, get through the day and go for another night without sleeping. So just, coming back from work, whatever time it is, maybe if you are not hungry, I would say don't try to eat that, okay, I'm hungry, I should eat before sleeping. It's just that go to bed as soon as you can and try to sleep. half of the amount of sleep you missed at night. And you can ask questions if there is anything related to the topic. Otherwise, I'll take questions at the end. You can put them in chat if they're coming to you at this time. So
I have a question for you on the sleeping at 10 to 2 is sort of critical time to sleep because your body organs detox at that time. So it's sort of important. So, many yogis and all say that they sleep less. They don't sleep enough because they meditate for part of the time and that compensates for sleep. I just wanted to know what your thought is on that.
Yes, definitely. So 20 minutes of meditation is equivalent to 4 hours of sleep. But it doesn't, it doesn't replace sleep for sure. Sleep is definitely required for everybody. But if you are meditating for 20 minutes, it gives you enough energy and enough, the mind calms down as if you have slept for 4 hours.
Okay, thank you.
So next comes where to sleep. So the room should be quiet and clutter-free. And for people who are sensitive to sleep, definitely this is a must, that it has to be quiet the way you like it. And light, it should be minimum light in it. Nowadays, we have so many devices around us. And, they are giving some light, here and there, you'll see in the night when especially everything is dark, those light also bothers and it interrupts the sleep. And keeping the devices away. That's a very critical one, and many of us will not agree to it. Okay, what if, I get an urgent phone call? What happens and my phone is not next to me at night? Have this faith. Whenever the message has to come to you, it will come. So you don't have to sleep next to your phone. And if you can see scientifically the waves, that EMF, even if the device is in do not disturb mode or whatever, that it's still transmitting and receiving the transmission, so it's still working. And those waves, they do interrupt the sleep, and that's a very big problem of today's generation and today's time, definitely. So keep your devices. And for us, we were told when I was studying that you should switch off the router at that time in the night. But I know many of us cannot do that, but at least keep your phone and other devices away when you're sleeping. Keep it in a separate room. And the temperature, it should be on the cooler side, because when it's cool, you feel the body, the way the mechanism works, it's easy to sleep. So it should be on the cooler side, not on the hotter side. And the bed should be comfy based upon how you like it. And the orientation, the direction. So it should not be, your head should not be in north direction. So you should not be facing south direction. That's a must. If you believe in Vastu or the way the earth magnetic field works, it has to be the orientation. The head should not be in north and feet in south.
So can you sleep the other way? Head in the south and feet in the north?
Yeah, that's the perfect direction to sleep.
You can sleep north-south, but just your head should be in the south and the feet towards the north. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All other directions are okay, but this is a total no-no. Feet in south. Feet should not be facing south.
I thought you just said head should not be in north.
No. Feet should not be facing south. That's right, Rahul, right?
Yeah. So basically head north is feet south, right?
Head north, feet south. Okay.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
And I have seen many people with this problem, and they change the orientation, their sleep gets better.
Mm.
And
so if your head is in the north and your feet are in the south, that's fine. No, it should be the other way around. I thought your head should always be in the north and towards your right hand side should be east.
No, that's not a must, but this is a total no, that head in north and feet in south. That's a total no. Other directions are all okay. No
Okay.
problem with them.
And what's the problem you will see? That you will not sleep well. if you
Yeah,
are-
you will not sleep well. It might impact your health.
Okay.
Yeah, clear?
Mhm.
And for me, and I heard it somewhere because I have spent hours to to research and to find out how to sleep better. Sleep has been a challenge, as I told you. So I read it somewhere that if you get a prescription sleep aid, and I have tried it on myself, that's why I have put, I'm putting it out there for you all. And just you know that you have the access to this, but you're not really taking it. But the mind, somehow to calm down the mind, just to know that, okay, in case you're not able to sleep, you have something to help you. And I'm telling you this, my doctor was not ready to prescribe me this. And I promised her that I'm not going to take it on a regular basis. So just please give me some. I really, I want to have that peace of mind. And she did. And I didn't take any of this. But it's sitting next to me in the dresser every night. And then it expired on its own. And then I have forgotten about them. So
What is it? Medicine?
no,
Like
you have to ask your doctor for this, for some sleep aid, but
Okay.
they are reluctant to prescribe any. So
Like an ambient zolpidem, something like that. You're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about, right?
yeah. And then just keep it next to you so that the mind knows that it's there if you need it, but you don't have to take it. It might sound very funny. This is how it has worked for me.
One thing that I'll share, Ashwini, I used to have problem falling asleep too. Sometimes it would take me 45 minutes to an hour to fall asleep. And I also had a prescription of zolpidem, and I mostly just took it if I was traveling and I had a huge time difference, like 16, 17-hour time difference, like going to Australia and things like that, which I used to go pretty often in my job. Then I would have it with me just to recycle me back. But I attended a naturopathy clinic last year, and I took some acupuncture sessions, and the acupuncturist told me at the top of your ear, your earlobe, at the top part on the inside of the curve, there are sleep pressure points.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, you press them 21 times, both, with your forefinger and your thumb. You press the top part of your earlobe 21 times. That'll help you fall asleep. I tell you, it's like a ramban. When I do it, I fall asleep within 10 minutes.
Wow.
And I've been trying it for 6 months now.
Very good. Very good. So something
I
new
just
to
thought
learn for me,
Yeah,
for
just
everybody here.
thought I'll share it. No harm in trying. It's no medicine.
Can you
nothing.
show us how to do it?
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be great.
I'll show you. Hold on just a minute. I'm cooking also, so I'm also making dinner. So okay. Do you see me? Do you see my face? Okay. So I'm gonna put the. Okay, hold on. Are you still seeing my face?
No.
How about now? Are you seeing
Now
my
we
face?
can see you. Yeah.
Okay. So see this part of your ear, this top part, this part here. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So just take your forefinger and your thumb, place it here on the inside curve, and this part, press it 21 times. She actually had a little small piece of tape, and it had a moong dal dana inside it, which she put here. And she said it puts the pressure, but I don't have that little gizmo. So I just do it with my fingers and my fork. You place it here and just this top part of your earlobe, press it 21 times. Okay. And if I'm doing naam jap, if I'm doing a mala jap, I am not even able to complete the jap. My mala falls down and I already dozing off. So
Wow.
this part, yeah. So it's worked really well for me. Just I thought I'll share it.
Thank you.
You know, no harm in trying. If it works for you, great.
Yes, thank you, Ranjana.
Mhm. You're gonna fall asleep now.
Don't do it now.
Trying to see if I can fall asleep.
You'll be heading off to bed in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
let's-
Thanks.
yeah.
Back to my
our
cooking.
discussion.
Back-
Yeah, definitely something worth looking into and trying. And so some tips for the daily routine. So waking up early really helps to sleep better at night. This sounds contradicting, but that's how it is. And you can, if you keep that schedule of waking up early, it really helps to build the whole day how you want it to be, and you are able to sleep better in time at night. And some regular exercises, maybe, just you can do some stretches or whatever way you like to exercise. Keeping a routine of that really helps. Short walk after lunch helps to sleep better. Eating healthy meals, that definitely it goes without saying. And eating early dinner. So at least 2.5 hours before you go to bed, eating light dinner, it is one of the keys. And no screen time.
Yeah, Ashwini, you're also in that bull-driven oil group, right?
Yeah, my name is Shivani.
Shivani. You're also in that bull-driven group, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at Dr. Khadarwali's protocol that Mamta has shared.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised that he said you should eat 90 minutes before going to sleep. I don't know if he means at the latest you should eat, but you can eat earlier.
I think it would mean by at least 90 minutes before, but I would say 2 to 3 hours. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And this is the hard one. So no screen time.
Yeah.
Ideally for 2 hours before sleep, but at least 1.5 hours, I would say.
Mhm.
Keep your gizmos away and then, just do some light reading, listen to some light music, or, whatever you want to, but no screen. And for people, it means for people who do not have any problem to fall asleep, they can still do it. But for us, no. So, and then comes massage. So body massage, massaging your feet. Body massage, I would recommend before you go to shower. Massage your body with sesame oil in winter and coconut oil in summer, and go for warm shower. You will see it's the best gift for yourself if you can spare 10 minutes before shower and massage warm oil with warm oil. And especially before going to bed, if you can massage your sole and feet with just few drops of oil, sesame oil. You can use ghee or coconut oil. Again, coconut oil for summer, but sesame oil or ghee for any other time. That will go a long way. You will see that. And if you're worried that your sheets will get dirty with the oil, put some soft socks on, which can come out on its own when you're sleeping. You don't have to put efforts to take them off. So some old soft socks.
So
And
Shivani,
some
Shivani, should the oil that you use not be dependent on your dosha type?
No,
different
this
for
couple
kapha?
of drops of oil is not going to hurt anybody. It's very supporting.
Okay.
Yeah, we are not putting a lot of oil here, right? So just a couple of drops.
Shivani, did you say putting oil and taking a shower before going to bed helps?
So let me make it clear. So whenever you take shower, preferably in the morning or in the evening, you can massage yourself with some warm oil before going to shower. And if you are taking shower in the morning, at night, just before going to bed, you can massage your feet
Okay,
with some warm oil, just a couple of drops of oil.
got it. Thank you.
Yeah, and sesame oil is the best. So if you can find organic sesame oil, that's best. And
Oh.
drinking some warm milk, and milk doesn't have to be, the whole cup if you don't like it. Maybe 1/4 cup of milk with some turmeric, some cardamom in it, and you can add some poppy seeds. That's a very good remedy for a better sleep.
And so what's the rationale for using sesame oil instead of something a little bit more like almond oil? How about?
Sesame oil has lots of medicinal properties. It's one of the ancient oils which has been used for many years. And Ayurveda text, it says very clearly sesame oil has a lot of added benefits if you can use it.
It does have a
And
very
I have been
strong
I didn't
smell.
know.
But
Yeah,
it does have a very strong smell, and your partner may not like the sesame oil smell in the
you can
bed.
ask my partner, he's here.
Well, your partner may be more more conditioned
It's
to
just
it.
couple of drops of oil. So, it's
Okay.
just in our mind, because
Mhm.
couple of drops and body is so dry, you will notice there's
Mhm.
hardly left when you put, couple of drops of oil, nothing comes out. It all goes in. So
Okay.
there's no smell. And
Okay.
I'm very, very sensitive to smells.
Mhm.
But I was also very scared like you, but it never bothered me. The smell, you don't really, smells are basically feet are away from the nose, so you don't get to smell. So,
So under the feet with sesame oil, like massage it.
yeah, massaging
Okay.
with sesame oil, warm sesame oil.
Okay.
And can you do this sort of half an hour before going to sleep, so you can put on your socks and then you can take your socks off when you get
Yeah,
into
that's
bed?
fine. That's fine.
Mhm.
Totally fine. Yeah.
Because I sort of have a half hour to 45-minute ritual before going to sleep.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we are talking about the sleep issues, we have to keep that in mind. At a certain age, as we grow older, sleep starts getting less and less, as we had seen earlier. Women have all the more trouble because, their health, everything impacts their sleep. So you have to see for your monthly cycles, perimenopausal and menopausal phase, sleep is the most, I would say, it impacts us most during that time. So keep that in mind, that if you are going through of any of these things, sleep can be an issue, and then not making it a big deal. If I'm not able to sleep well for 1 night or 2 nights, it'll get better. So, and the more we just think about it, I think the problem increases. It doesn't solve any purpose. So just keeping that in mind. Sleep and apnea can be an issue for some. And physical health, if you have some chronic condition, if you're not able to sleep well, so that chronic condition needs to be addressed before addressing to sleep. So keeping that in mind helps to just, I think, calm down ourselves if we are not able to sleep well. So as I shared earlier, there are a couple, quick tips and tricks you can implement. You can try some. So light dinner, as we talked about it. And I would say 4 to 6 hours before the bedtime, you can see if you are having tea or coffee, any soft drink or alcohol, that impacts sleep. So maybe consuming these things before 4 to 6 hours of bedtime. And no major exercise before bedtime, because it keeps, it just charges you and the mind is so awake, it doesn't want to fall asleep. So keeping that in mind really helps. Early to bed and early to rise, keep the men healthy and wise, whatever, but it is true. And I used to make fun of this saying, but this is definitely true. And when we are not able to sleep well during the night, we all have this tendency of napping in the afternoon, and that really compromises the sleep at night, coming. So it's a vicious cycle. So I would say if you really need to take a nap, do it for 10 minutes, sit up and try to sleep, because you will not be able to sleep for more than 5 or 10 minutes if you're sitting up and sleeping. And another thing I would recommend, it's called Yoga Nidra. It's a deep relaxation technique, and I'm going to share it further. And Yoga Nidra is a 20 minutes lying down meditation. So you can put it on for 20 minutes. And what I used to do, I'll put an alarm next to it so that I don't fall asleep, and I don't want to compromise my night sleep. And it just wakes you up in 20 minutes. So you can hear some instructions in the beginning, but after that, you will just lose track and you will be up at the end of it in 20 minutes. So that is a really something you want to note down, Yoga Nidra, and I'm going to share a slide on it later. Some light, pleasant music, whatever you like, nothing jazzy or nothing, which is, jarring for you or jerking for you. And worry diary, that's my favorite. And this I learned the hard way, because so many thoughts come in the night. So keeping a diary which you can write your worries, number them, bullet them and just write them down. So maybe when you start writing, pick up a time which is not bedtime for sure. So do it any time in the day, but not at the bedtime. And note them down. Just note them down. Okay, this is the number 1 worry. This is the number 2 worry. And you just note it down. And when you write this for a few days, you will see out of 10, you will be left with 8, 7, and the number goes down all the way. And you will stop writing within a week or 10 days, you will see. And then, whenever you feel, okay, now again, I'm not able to sleep well, go back to your worry diary. So you will see, sometimes you laugh at yourself, oh my God, this thing was bothering me at that time. What was there to be bothered about? And feet massage, as I told you before, feet massage really helps. And having this gratitude, that feeling in heart that, okay, whatever just happened today was good. And whatever, good and bad, both things, we face positive, negative, up and down daily. So just having gratitude and, pleasant feeling about what happened today, which was good, that really helps to go to sleep. And some magnesium supplement you can take, that really, it has been proven that it really helps to sleep better. So these are some helpful practices which has helped me a lot. So some breath work, and I have been practicing Sudarshan Kriya or Sky for past 17, 18 years, and I can see the difference in myself. But you have to practice it regularly. Doing it once in a while doesn't do anything. And alternate nostril breathing, which is Nadi Shodhan, another name for it in Sanskrit. So when this breathing also helps a lot, calming down the mind. And there is another breathing which is called Ujjayi or victory breath. And there's a humming bee sound when you make the sound like a humming bee. These are all the breathing exercises which help for a better night's sleep. And in yoga, the sun salutation, Surya Namaskar, child pose, camel pose, cobra, butterfly, they are all really helpful.
So Shivani, regarding the breathe, sorry, am I interrupting anybody's question?
No, go
No,
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
So, this Ujjayi breath and the Nadi Shodhan, Anulom Vilom, it's also called, and then Brahmari. So I do my pranayam in the morning. Are you saying that we should do this again at night?
You can do all of them at night. They are all very calming and soothing. So there's
Especially the
no harm in
Anulom
them.
Vilom and Brahmari, right?
Yeah, and the Ujjayi breathing also, while lie down, you can do this and it really helps to sleep better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are the yoga poses, which really helps to promote a better night's sleep. And when we talk about deep relaxation, if you see the picture here, that is the Yoga Nidra meditation I was talking about. And this has been helping me for past, when COVID started, and I learned it from somebody, and then I started doing it. You will find it at YouTube, and you just play it next to you, and then, just lie down easily, straight, lie down on your back, and you will see the magic trick. And meditation, regular meditation, because in meditation, and you have to learn it. You cannot just, okay, I can just sit on my own. You have to learn a proper technique to meditate. And that really helps to sleep, to sleep better, because as I look at it, in meditation, whatever time you're sitting, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you are able to drop everything which is happening around you and go to meditate. And the same thing happened when you are sleeping. You have to drop, everything, whatever is happening around you, and then you are able to sleep. So when you learn meditation, you are doing it with the aware mind for 10-15 minutes, that, okay, you need to just, go to sleep now. So you are training your mind to sleep better at night when you meditate regularly. And for me and my husband, how it works, even if we are sleeping, we are waking up middle of the night, sometimes 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or not able to sleep, go back to sleep, we just sit on our bed and we meditate for 10-15 minutes. And then after that, when we lie down, it really helps. So it should be a very simple technique to meditate, which you can do on your own if you're not able to sleep at night. So how many of us are familiar with this? What does our brain says at 3 a.m. to us? I can see you are trying to sleep. So I would like to offer you a selection of every memory, unresolved issues, or things you should have said or done today, as well as in the past 50 years. All the thoughts, all the memories, they'll come back at 3 a.m. So the remedy is, just if we can just convince our mind, okay, this is the time to sleep, just, go back to sleep, and whatever is, the worries and issues you are facing right now, I'll face them tomorrow when I write my worry diary. Okay, so just, postponing the idea, okay, you don't have to worry right now, just wait till tomorrow. That might sound funny, but it really works wonders. Just try it out. So enough of talking. Let's do this hand gesture or mudra. And we all can sit comfortably wherever you're sitting with the back straight, spine erect. And we can just see, if you can see in the picture, I'm just folding my index finger and pressing it with the thumb. Yeah. So we can just sit comfortably, cross-legged on a chair, wherever you are. Just keep these two hands in this posture and on your thighs or knees, wherever you want to rest them, facing up. Yeah. So we are facing them up. The palms are facing up. And you all can close your eyes and take some deep breaths in and out. Keeping the eyes closed. Deep normal breaths in and out slowly. You can put your attention to any body part if you have any aches or pains or any stress. Keep breathing slowly and gently. You can relax your fingers and hands. Keeping the eyes closed. You can gently rub your palms together. Generate some heat. And with your palms, you can create a cup and cover your eyes. Keeping the eyes closed. Now, whenever you want, you can gently open your eyes. How's everybody doing?
A little more relaxed.
We just did it for, I think, 5 to 6 minutes. And I think all the chatter in the mind, have you felt it's all, calmed down?
Mhm.
So this you can practice if you like for a few minutes a day. That's really good mudra or a hand gesture for many other health benefits. And this is all my contact here, my email, my phone number, my website, and I teach breath meditation workshops. It's a 3-day workshop, 2.5 hours each day. And regular practice of this breathing for 20 minutes a day really, it can take you places.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I fall asleep very easily without thinking, I just fall asleep. But for most of the night, I wake up suddenly. Sometimes it's even, I fall asleep between 10 and 10:30, and I wake up briefly. Sometimes it's even 12:30, sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. And I usually can fall asleep again, but it seems still when I don't wake up through the night, that's better. I feel better. So do the old tips work? I mean, should I try the same tips? Like
Yeah, definitely you can try the same tips. And as I told you, right, we are made differently. We all are very individual. So for people who have more of fire element in it, they have this thing, but means you should be able to go back to sleep very quickly again, right? So that's not an issue. Yeah. But if you want to improve this, try these tips. Definitely they'll help you.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
And I do consultations, individual consultation, because if I have to prescribe any Ayurveda herb, I have to physically, like I ask some questions and, I can assess what body type you are. And then based upon that, I can definitely help with herbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are very natural herbs. Anybody can take it very easily, very safely. Anything else?
No, all I can say is I'm already feeling a little sleepy.
I have a question, and
Mhm.
maybe you covered it already, but I can't remember. You said not to nap, and I understand that, but then when do you do yoga nidra?
Yoga Nidra you can do in the afternoon if you want to take some rest. It takes about 20 minutes. And then it is like, it's not exactly a nap, you are meditating, but you are up in 20 minutes. So it's not, I think not more than 20 minutes. If you, means for me, if I sleep more than 20 minutes, my evening goes very bad and then I'm not able to sleep at night. So, and that really charges me up. And then I'm able to go through my evening, in a better shape, definitely.
And do
Can
you
I-
have anything else to add as far as if most of these issues that you're having is because of sleep apnea, like obstructive sleep apnea?
Yeah, sleeping on side helps. If you have not known, means if somebody is suffering, they sleeping on side really helps. And my husband had the same issue, but using these things, he is able to, he was using the, what do you call that? The
CPAP.
machine. Yeah, CPAP. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was using it for a long time, but now with these things, he doesn't need that anymore.
Was it really severe though, his apnea?
his sleep apnea was bad. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad. Mhm.
I think
But I
they,
would say
they
don't
classified it
go.
as the highest, whatever, obstructive sleep apnea. And then, of course, these days, I think if there's a physical issue, then it makes sense to have CPAP and everything else. But these days, it's become a fashion. Everybody has sleep apnea and everybody needs a CPAP. I think trying your head up a little bit and then sleeping on the side, and also some exercises because this part you have to strengthen it. That does help. That's what I noticed.
I can't see you. Let's see, which part were you talking about?
Yeah, hi, I was stopping. So I had
Okay.
sleep apnea, and it was more like, yeah, it was the extreme side. But then I noticed that sleeping on the side, then raising my head up, doing some exercises of the throat, because that is what happens.
Mm.
And then all the tips that Shivani mentioned, some oil massages, sleeping at 10 in the evening, and not taking a nap. I always used to take a nap. I was always used to sleep at 1 a.m. So I was everything doing upside down. But
Mm.
once I changed that, it did help me. And then I was able to sleep much better. But if you have a physical issue, which is like something severe, then I would not kind of say that, oh, go get off CPAP or anything. Try for yourself what works. And yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It means you cannot, get away from it immediately. So you have to start doing these things, and you have to see for yourself. If you're feeling better, then, ask your doctor and then go for it.
What are the throat exercises? Hi.
Throat exercises are actually very they're funny. So basically what you're trying to do, you're trying to strengthen your throat. So you basically take your tongue out and you just try to touch your nose with your tongue. Hold it for 10 seconds, relax. And you're just going to do it for a few times. So that will strengthen your throat. And then because the apnea happens when you're like, these muscles are weak, and then in the night, they just close your airway and then you cannot breathe, right? So you're trying to just do an exercise to strengthen it.
Thank you.
So any other exercises for not having snoring and disturbing the sleep?
Exercise wise, I would say the yoga poses I mentioned, right? So those are really good, but weight is one of the issues for snoring and sleep apnea too. So people who are on the other side of the weight spectrum, losing some weight really helps there. Anything else to add, Rahul, for that?
I think snoring again, snoring and apnea are related, right? Apnea is extreme case when you have snoring problems. So I think that the same thing, side, high, head high. And then in terms of the exercise, there is also, you can look up on internet, like the fish pose. That also strengthens this part.
Shivani, the yoga nidra, is that something you recommend we do before going to bed?
You can do it. Yes, you can do it that time. I use it more for the afternoon nap, but you can do it at night. It really helps you to fall asleep and, a better quality of sleep.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I have to say, Shivani and Rahul ji, so nice to see both of you. You can't believe that how happy I am to see both of you here. And all the knowledge both of you are giving is, back to the olden days. The Ayurvedic is the topmost. Thanks for sharing this. And this always works.
Yeah, Didi, so true. I was like never into Ayurveda, and I always thought this is not for me. But it changed, my perspective totally changed. Like 3 years ago, I had some major health issues, and in Western medicine, doctor could not do much for me. And I was looking for help. I was really crying for help. And that time I just attended few of the webinars online because it was COVID time. Anybody we could not go anywhere out. And that was the life changing for me. That, okay, it's a proper science, because I always consider myself, I am a scientific mind, science student. So these things are not for me.
That's right.
And then it completely changed my perspective. And I was having so many other issues and nothing was coming in control. But, I saw little by little, it's not going to happen in a day, but
Yeah.
little by little, you change your lifestyle, your daily routine, your food habits. They do wonders. They do
Yeah. This Ayurvedic way of living is good if one can really follow it. It's pretty hard, but that's the way to go. And means can't do it properly, go for the natural path instead of the allopathy.
Agree, you are right, but it's not hard. And the way we grew up in India, I think it was way of life. It was not something you learn and do it exclusively. It was the
That's-
way of life.
Yeah.
But we all lost it. And I remember I used to ask these questions to my mom, why should I do it? She would say, don't go for a shower after you eat. I said, why? Tell me the reason. And she didn't have the reason to explain. And then I said, then I'm not going to do it.
That's right.
So now it makes so much sense, because when you eat, the body is working towards the digestion. And when you are taking a shower, to bring back that body temperature to normal, the body has to really work hard. So you don't want to divide your energies into two right there.
Mhm.
So this I learned when, for blood pressure, they say after shower, don't measure your blood pressure, because the readings will be totally haywired. And that time I thought, if the blood pressure can, vary so much, how the body is going to do if you are eating first and then showering.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. It's just with the science, we think that we know more and we start questioning our adults.
Yeah.
Whereas olden days, the knowledge was going from, the olders told the youngers and the youngers told their youngers and just kept going.
Yeah.
And now we are becoming too modern. The old people are becoming too old and silly. But always the best.
True, very true. And the
Yeah.
same time in my Ayurveda class, there were like 125 students. And people are sitting all over throughout the world. People are in Sweden, Singapore, Australia, and in middle of their night, they are attending those classes. I was the fortunate one. I was on the West Coast, and the school, physically it's here. So the classes were happening in our time zone. But that was so amazing to see, and people are so keen to learn. So I'm so glad that these things are coming back in our
They
lives.
surely are coming back. I can see that in Australia as well. That these are coming back. Yeah.
Shivani, which school did you mention? You said there were classes in certain schools.
Kerala Ayurveda Academy. It's based in Milpitas.
Okay.
And I loved I was so scared to be in front of the computer for like weekend, Saturday and Sunday, back to back, morning 8 to evening 6. I was really scared about that part. But when it started, I didn't know where the time went. They were so interesting. And it was very, fun time at the same time, so much to learn. And they gave us enough exposure, throughout, because they have been doing this online format as well as the in-person for past 15 years. So I think they have mastered it by the time, COVID happened and it all went online because, everything was shut down. So we get to meet doctors, we got to sit in their consultations, then we got to do our own consultations in their supervision. So it was all, beautiful. We all loved it.
Good training.
It was beautiful, Didi. Really, I feel so fortunate to be able to do it.
Yeah. So good you did it. And now you're helping others. That's even better.
Thank you.
Nice to see
Any other question?
No, I was just curious if you have any perspective on mustard oil and the use of mustard oil on the body.
In Ayurveda, mustard oil is not considered to be very good. So that's why I didn't mention it. Sesame oil, and I was in the same mind frame because in northern part of India, we use quite a lot of mustard oil. I'm sure it is good, but sesame oil is definitely much better.
Got it.
Can I just say something? It could be because mustard oil, you usually don't get pure mustard oil.
That is true as well. And it's
Yeah.
supposed to be heating because
It is.
mustard oil is heating. So it's not suitable for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I ask is I have mild psoriasis. And I started using mustard oil on my body like a year ago. And my psoriasis is gone.
Oh, wonderful. Very
Now,
nice.
it may just have been coincidence. I don't know, but I was just
Maybe you have a body type which is suitable for mustard oil.
probably, yeah.
So mustard oil is not for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else? Any burning question? We have a minute to go.
Does Ayurveda have any solution for nasal polyps?
Nasal polyps. So Rashmi Didi, Ayurveda doesn't treat, one particular problem. So it treats the root cause. So because you can, you try to resolve the issue from the surface level, it doesn't happen that way. So when you address the root cause, the problem at the surface level, they disappear. So definitely, yes.
So definitely, like, it has to be related to foods, weight, and everything. Probably,
Yeah.
people
So
who get more allergies get polyps, or
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely, yes. So in Ayurveda, if you look at it, that you are a three-legged stool or a table, and you can survive on two, but you cannot survive on one. So three legs are food, lifestyle. Third one comes as herb or the medicines. So if you can handle, food and lifestyle well, you might not need the third leg. But if you are just trying to do the third leg, you will not be able to sustain, because it cannot hold on one.
Yeah, true. And I want to add, like, for sleep apnea, they were discussing. One of the things I saw, and as Rahul mentioned, it is about, you get the double chin, which obstructs. I tried this. It's also your weight on the back of your shoulders. So if you lift weights, just the deltoid ones, you make that area lighter, the back of your neck, and part of the problem goes away. And the other thing is, it's a quick fix. I don't know if it works or not, but if you roll your tongue on up of your upper part of your mouth, then that also helps.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not something I'm suggesting. It worked for me.
Everybody is different, right? So, and many things will work for one person, might not work for the other person. But definitely, these are all good tips. So something to think about and, pay attention. See, we figured out that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
please go ahead.
Go ahead, Shilpa.
I was just going to ask you, how do you figure out the body type?
So body type, to figure out the body type, there are various ways. One is, asking questions. Asking a lot of questions, say I would say 20 to 25 questions. So based upon them, we can figure out the body type.
I see.
And then people do pulse evaluation for that, pulse assessment.
I see.
And yeah, so looking at somebody, touching how their body is like cold or hot or those things. So there are various ways to figure out that.
Okay.
And now I can look at somebody and I can talk to them for 5 minutes. I can figure out.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that has made my life very easy, Shilpa, because, accepting people was it was a challenge for me, why this person is behaving this way, But I think learning, because you are made this way, you can't help it. So if a person is behaving in a way which I don't like or I can't accept, but what's the other person is not at fault. He or she is made out of that way.
They're made that way. But that's amazing you have that art. I'll call you.
Really, it has become easy for me. Otherwise, it was a challenge. It was always a challenge.
Good. Good to know. Thanks.
Thanks for coming, Shilpa. Thank you, everybody. So good to see you, Didi. It was so much fun.
Same
It's
here.
always nice to hear you, Shivani. Thank
Oh,
you for
thanks.
inviting us.